So I've been seeing a lot of people on the internet, on these Facebook groups, and even on Instagram saying, what shoe is a little more worth it? Should I buy these, which are the University Blue colorway, or should I go for these, which are the Hyper Royal colorway? Now, let's get into this comparison. Hopefully this video helps those who kind of want the help or need the decision to be made. Let's get straight into it. So quick tag details right there. This is from the restock that happened on sneakers a week or 2 weeks ago. I don't remember right. My time's all distorted right now. This is the University one. And honestly, I wasn't expecting these. I wasn't expecting these at all. I don't think I've ever hit on a restock. And hey, it's a first for everything. But these did originally release back in March. Here we go. Let's look at this one right here. Ooh, super clean, super clean. So I'm not really trying to treat this video as review, but more of a comparison, because these are a little bit tricky. You do have blue styled-esque sneakers or Air Jordan 1 highs. And they're so close in terms of resell that I can understand people's dilemmas where it's like, should I go for Hyper Royals, which are a clean, almost smoky version of just a blue Air Jordan 1 high top? Or should I go for the University Blue ones, which these are closer to, I'm not going to say UNCs because the UNCs don't have any black accents, but to me they're a little bit closer to Obsidians, maybe just a little more pure white. But regardless, it is still a college colorway. It is dubbed University Blue. You cannot call these UNCs because they are just not UNCs or UNC toes or whatever, but they are University Blue Air Jordan 1s. So both retailed at $170. And let me ask you guys right now, drop a comment down below. Personally, which one would you guys go for? If you had a choice, if you had to pull the trigger on retail, let's say retail, would you go for these or would you go for these? So even though resell is almost the same, I think these are sitting pretty at $370-ish, and these are sitting pretty at $365. And I'm using the 10.5 size because that's just my size, so that's what I'm basing it off of. Retail on them is the same, like I mentioned, but materials aren't. So let me go straight into these because I do have a full review on these, and I will still compare them. But if you want to check out the full review, go for it. So the University Blue has a suede mud guard going through here, heel, upper, and it is really nice and smooth suede. Let me get as close as possible to show you. It's very brushable. It's better than what we saw in Shadow 2.0s. I really wish Shadow 2.0s used this because it is a really nice soft leather, suede. But I guess it already came out. The leather itself is also pretty decent. It's also a nice tumbled soft leather. Has a good press to it. If you go on the toe box right here, you can see the tumbles, and if you actually press a finger down, it has a nice little crease to it. It has a nice bounce, and I really like it. While that's the only drawback when it comes to these. So the Hyper Royals used a more stiffer leather, almost like the synthetic leather you see on most high tops. And the suede isn't as soft. It's not as soft at all, but I don't think it's supposed to be, because when I go up here to the gray, that's the same exact suede. So the gray and the University Blue suede is the same, but the actual Hyper Royal Blue or whatever, that's almost like a textured suede. It gives it this like smoky appearance. It's super dope. Don't get me wrong. Like if these were my size, they would probably stay for the collection. I got these in a 9.5. These are my size, so they are gonna stay in my collection. But they're really nice, but I do feel like they dropped the ball in certain details. Knowing that this wouldn't be as soft, and maybe it's not supposed to be as soft, I would have liked to see a nicer leather being used, especially if these are retail both at the same price. So my verdict is definitely going to stay that these might be the winner in terms of just what the market's asking for right now. You're getting the more of a bang for your buck, and college colorways is a little more iconic. They last well. I'm not saying that these won't last well. I do see these going up over time as well. There's just all Air Jordan 1s do right now, at least the high OGs. And these are going to be no exception. Now, these might not be as wearable as these, not because of the colorway, because of the materials, unless you really liked like that crinkly aspect of your Air Jordan 1s, like when they get really creased, when all that stuff. So imagine a pair of Royals or bread 1s. That black part, you know how it kind of creases and it just bends. It doesn't look like a nice tumbled crease. That's what I imagine these are going to be over time, especially on the toe box. I want to see a couple pairs of these on feet. I just haven't been able to yet. But I feel like these with wear and just time in general, they're gonna start getting really nice. I can see people trying to age the sole, make it a little bit more vintage, stuff like that. And the thing that really wins me over this whole shoe is that they decided to keep that nice tumbled leather consistent throughout the entire shoe. So they could have used that black plastic leather right here, that synthetic leather, but they decided to keep it tumbled. They decided to keep it nice and match the white, which those are really winning aspects for me. All in all, I know this is a really big cop out, but you're not really losing if you're going for either the sneaker, but knowing you can't really get them for retail anymore, and you're gonna have to spend extra money just to get an authentic pair, I still say you're good going either one, but these are probably gonna take the cake for me. This is gonna be my decision. These did restock, so I wouldn't be surprised if sometime for the remainder of the year, Jordan Brand decides to restock these, whether it's on sneakers, whether it's a late shipment to Foot Locker, but that's you can't get anything at Foot Locker realistically. Where else? If it's a restock on Snipes, I think it has restocked on Snipes a couple of times. There's definitely more ways to get this, and I think there's more stock coming out. I'm just not 100% sure, even if it's just like a second chance through the sneakers app. So just keep your eyes open, because if you want these, you still have a chance for retail. Maybe, don't hold me to that. But I feel like you're done with these. Like these, that's it. These are the last time they release, and they're a really great alternative if you don't want to spend $500 or more on authentic original UNCs, might I say, the all white with the all university blue. Or if you don't really want to spend $480 on Obsidians, you can always go for these. This is a nice alternative. While this is a little more unique, you know. So let me just know in the comments down below, which one are you gonna go for? Which one do you have, or which one did you buy like on release date when you missed out? Or if you didn't miss out, I'm gonna appreciate you guys too. Not the back doors though, not you guys. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Deuces, and check that back out though. Peace.